Hello friends, to the front of you, just I am going to have some individual points of English speaking. But first of all, I would like to tell to you in commencement of this video, if you would like to speak of any kinds of the things just by wholeheartedly, then I would like to tell to you some indication about that you all friends will have to follow on and on in your daily life. And if you go to follow that and if you will care, daily life for speaking sentences, I say in a journal really it will be very effective points while speaking. And if you not care about our journals sentences, then really you will get different kinds of the circumstance. Even you will feel like a hard nut the back for talking to any kinds of the thing else in English. Reason, when I see some of the student or some of the speakers who start to talk to any kinds of the meter just inciting from any topics, at that moment, yes, in initial he goes to speak very sequentially. After going to some part, just they start to haggle, they start to fumble, means he is unable to fumble of that idea instantly inside of the mind. What is the reason? The people are unable to fumble of all those kinds of the meter, whether the people are unable to glean of all those kinds of idea instantly inside of their mind the back for speaking. There is reason. When we start to speak of any kinds of the topic, sometimes we keep our mind exactly on that topic. That's why we are able to speak sometimes very quickly. And when our mind that is exactly converted in any other direction, then in our speaking it start to become like of dilly dally or like of silly sally. And after that, it seems so the people speaking like a willy nilly, means that the speaker start to speak with very willy-nilly. Reason, they are exactly lost from their topics. Just I am telling to you, if you are wanting to keep exactly evoking of that topic, then you will have to invoke different kinds of the topics, different kinds of the points while speaking. If you will recall of that points while speaking, you will not puddle, you will not muddle, you will not peddle. I have told muddle, puddle, peddle, this all means it indicates same thing, same points, same meaning, same significance. But I am telling you, if you have any words, if you have any sentences, and if you would like to speak of that instantly, home, wholesomely, the front of anyone, without expecting of any persons speaking, whether without hoping of anyone, whether without waiting, you speak that points, you will become success while speaking. And some more points becomes while speaking. When you are able to speak some far, after it what happens more something, that point about I'm just having to you, if you started to talk exactly well and well, after that just you start to feel to yourself that if I will go to some far while speaking, if I will be mistaken, then what will happen to me, like that matter. Even these kinds of the matter start to come in most of the speaker mind. I'm just saying to you, this matter indeed will disturb to you while speaking. If you are not wanting to get of any perturbance, if you are not wanting to get of any circumstance, if you are not wanting to get of any what complications, if you are not wanting to get of any hard nut point while speaking, then there is single way which just I'm going to have in this video. You please go to listen mindfully and you go to exactly mug up of that throughout of the points inside of the mind. If you will follow step by step and you will go to speak one and one of that kinds of the points, the front of anyone, you will be able to speak 100%. You will be able to speak definitely of that points the front of anyone else. And if that matter about you will not be able to care, then sure you will be greatest and you will feel to also that yes I have illed it. But I'm telling to you, you will not have to be elder. You will not have to be elder. YIELDER about I'm talking. I'm not talking about of ELDR about of any bigger brother or the bigger things. bigger one points. I'm not pointing in this. I'm telling to you YIELDER means you will not have to be defeated. If you will defeat from any circumstance, or if you will defeat from any points, which is very indispensable point for you for speaking, and you will not be able to speak of that one and one to more further, then really on that you will not be overcomes while speaking. So when you start to speak to any kinds of the point, at that time you keep up for consistency mind and you talk any kinds of the matter well. You will feel very nice while speaking if you care of that matter then. And something more idea I have, which just I am going to have to you that points about only you have need to hark well, and if you will hark well, then really that will be inserted in your minds. And when you will commence to speak to any kinds of the point, that time you will not get of any what agar magar point. You will not feel of any disturbance points while speaking. Even some point more, it is very mandatory point for all of us for following while speaking. If I started to talk about of my journal life sentences, then in journal life sentences I have seen most of the speaker, they start to feel themselves very what disturbance. They start to feel so much what haggling. I am telling to you, you will not have to come in a pale male mind. You will not have to speak like helter skelter. You will have to speak modestly. You will have to speak exactly in peace way. If you will be able to appease of your mind, you will be able to exactly mitigate of your mind, then I am telling to you, really your mind will be concentrating and your mind will be working on and on as far as you will want to speak of that kinds of the points. Till there you will be able to talk without any obstacle, without any obstruction. And if that matter about you will not be able to care, you will be exactly puddle and you will be what demoralized while speaking. This matter about when you start to speak a data, you will have to care, and about that matter you have to talk. Yes. Now, before some time, I was discussing about of daily work sentences, means about our journal life sentences. How will you talk very well about of any sentence? Suppose that now I am in class, and for sometimes I have to discuss with my class teacher. How can I talk comfortably of all those kinds of sentences with our teacher about that point? Just I am going to magnify the front of you. Please listen closely, and after listening that, even you all friends repeat of that sentences again and again in inside of your mind, and you try to make the fluency of your speaking part wholesomely. You will become finally what success in speaking. And if you will not care about it, you will be exactly what commuting exactly here and there. You will be passing. You will be exactly getting about here and there while speaking. Many of the points I have told to you. Okay, then let me start about that point which I was telling of you about of class teacher discussion. Okay, suppose that I went to a school and I have seated in classroom. Just the teacher asked to all of us, a which kinds of the subject have you to read? I have to say the front of the teacher, sir, today I have to read English. And just the teachers will ask to me which kinds of points in English all of you have to read. Please you try to tell me. At that time, just you will say to teacher, sir, I have to read English. As so for some time you understand, I am the student. Just I am talking to teacher, means teacher or student. For some time I am made here, and I will talk. Sometime being of teacher, sometime being of student. Yes. Hello, sir. Today I have to read some points in grammar. Can you teach me? Of course, I can teach you. Of course, I can teach you. Then you tell me, what kinds of the point in tense do you want to read, my dear student? Yes. I said, today I would like to read in grammar some points of tense. I don't know exactly tense part. If you will tell us whole parts of that tense parts, the front of us, then really we will feel to very comfortable the back for solving of any kinds of sentences. Yes, the teacher is answering. You have not need to take off any worry. You live exactly carefree the back for reading of the tense. Because today in this session, just I am going to tell to you of the tense part in very easiest way. And if you will care about of the tense and you will listen very carefully of that tense, you will feel very comfortable the back for solving of any sentences related from the part of that tense. Then just I said to the teacher, yes, if we have to read of that tense, then from that tense we will be known all parts of the grammar, sir. The teacher is telling, if you are wanting to know the whole parts of the grammar points, and if you're wanting to discuss of that whole parts of the things in English, then you will have to exactly care of that points, whatever point about you will have to discuss at that moment. Teacher said such kinds of the matter to me, and now I'm just going to ask, okay sir, you start to teach. The teacher started to teach us tense. At first he asked how many kinds of the tenses are there. Just we answered there are three kinds of tenses. First of all, he asked, please you tell me first one, what is the name? Just we say present. Second one, just he asked what is the name. Second one, past. Third one, he again asked what is third one name. Then we said future. Okay, present, past, future. My dear students, you have known that there are three parts of the tense. Now I am going to tell to you some recognition points about of the tense. How will you identify of for present tense? How will you recognize of for past tense? How will you recognize of for future tense? The teacher exactly has described about of this tense point, and now he is asking about some recognition point of the tense. Yes, my dear students, I think you all, dear students, do not know how each recognize to all parts of the tense. Then, my dear student, take care. I am going to tell to you recognition rule in Hindi sub. Yes, हा है ही को प्रेजेंट मानो, था थे थी को पास्ट, गा के गी को फ्यूचर मानो। लो मेरे प्यारे बच्चों, अब तुम टेंस पहचानो. Yes, our teacher said to us, as last of any verb, if it is coming ha, he, whom, then we have to know about it, that is present. And last of any verb, if it is indicated to all of us tha, the, thi, then we have to know about of that tense, that is past. And last of any sentence, it is coming ga, ge, gi, then we have to know about of that future. That point about the teacher taught us, and we knew about it very well. Just like that, if the teacher will discuss among all of you in English to English continually, then sure you will be able to understand. Whenever you live in class, whenever you live in more any other places, try to discuss whatever which is inside of your mind. If you are good trooper, and if you are living in a scholar troop, then sure you all people will be able to speak to any kinds of things gently well. And if you will not live in good types of the group in your life, the back for talking, you will be always horsing about, you will be always messing up, you will be always muddling. You will not be able to rectify of any sentences while speaking in English. Explain. After listening of these conversations, how did you feel? I think you all friends may have felt very nice after mining of that point which I have told to you initial of this video. If you may have understood throughout of that parts of that indication for rectifying or for English speaking, then you must subscribe my channels, and you must follow my videos on Facebook, and you must comment for encouraging to me. I hope you all friends may have felt very nice. Then for today it's of our topics. Again I will visit in my next video. For till then, bye bye. Thank you.